Welcome into this week's Dot Talk. Tuba Samurai with you, looking in at Goal Line Blitz news. We've got Addicts news updates. We've got a Bort quote of the week, pro tip from Chisel, replays of the week, a lot more coming up after this. Get in on the action. Goal Line Blitz is a web-based American football MMORPG. They've written a custom football simulation engine to provide you with the ultimate football experience on the web. Do you love fantasy football? Ever wish you could play with the pros? Join other football fans from around the world in building the player and team of your dreams right here. That's GoalLineBlitz.com. Get in on the action. Welcome into Dot Talk. Tuba Samurai on with you this week, and glad as always to be on the air with you, giving you Goal Line Blitz news, and I appreciate everybody who listens in every week. And looking at what we got going on today. Coming up, we've got a Q&A session. Of course, these big three changes we've got is Catch-22 wants to answer some questions, if you've got any. On April 29th at 5 p.m. Pacific time, I think it's going to be 9 p.m. Eastern if I'm correct, Catch-22 will be hosting a Q&A to answer questions about the changes that are being added to the game. If you cannot make the Q&A session and would like your question answered, email it to questions@goallineblitz.com no later than April 27th. Catch will do his best to answer every question that is emailed in. The Q&A session will last for approximately 2 hours, and Bort will not be attending. If there's a question Catch does not know the answer to, he will get the answer from Bort and post it when he has it. Looking at a changelog for this week, April 19th, adjust the way the ball carrier vision radius works to fix some of the stuttery behavior caused by defenders approaching at certain distances, and that got on my nerves, so glad they fixed that. Adjustment to dynamic lead blocker system to allow larger radius of acceptable defenders to block. So good change there. Maybe that'll make the fullback blocking a little bit better. Had Addicts radio last night with G-Man and Dog, and there was a topic about the cost of flex. The topic sort of got changed before I could finish my statement. I was on there talking about what I thought about. They were talking about wide receivers and that they should be reduced to 200 flex. I agree with that, even though Bort has said it's not going to happen. But if you think about it, every team has to carry at least 4 or 5, even 6 wide receivers. And, you know, the chances of them getting more than one catch a game, maybe 2 or 3 at the most, is pretty slim, except for maybe the 1 and 2 starters. So I am in favor of wide receivers coming down. And then talking about the price of general flex. And a lot of people say that flex are way too expensive. And I think the thing with flex is there's a high startup cost. You know, your first year you're playing, building your players, it can cost you a good bit of money to get involved with the game if you're making, you know, quite a few players, up toward 20 or 40 or even more than that. It's going to be a lot of money tied up in it. But the thing with it, you get 70% back at retirement. So once you've went through 1 or 2 cycles of players, you're pretty much set for a good while. I've also seen the argument the other way, taking the refund flex completely out of the equation and making flex way cheaper. I think I'm sort of on the fence somewhere around there. I could see maybe reducing the cost of flex by 1/3 and then reducing the refund by 1/3. So reduce the cost by 1/3 and only give 50% back for a refund. But that's my thoughts on flex. Right now, time for Goal Line Blitz news from Sharpie, and pretty much the same from last week. Goal Line Radio is back up. Goal Line Blitz Radio, you can find that on the tab at the top of the page. They've got 4 shows running. They'll have a 5th show once in a while. Reward points will be given out. They've got C.T. Guyton. They've got the GLB Hall of Fame show, Mic'd Up with Catch on Wednesdays. You can call in and talk to Catch. Most people have just been calling in and trolling Catch, but if you got a question, call in. He can get you an answer. G-Man's got the Goal Line Blitz Way of Life show. Boomer 82 with the Pro League, World League show on Sundays. All those found on the Goal Line Blitz radio tab at the top of the toolbar. In Addicts news from G-Man, he says, we have our Addict Hall of Fame teams coming out this week. I started my segment with me and Dog on Goal Line Blitz Radio. We saw the end of an era with Ben Sanderson saying he's on his ride into the sunset. And the Wrath lost its first game in World League versus the Radicals. Addicts news there from G-Man. Right now, time for our pro tip of the week from Chisel. He says the changes to morale and stamina have made stamina and confidence quite a bit more important. They're usually skills that go kind of untouched for the first several seasons. You might want to consider training them earlier than you originally planned. For a lot of positions, I might consider training it before vision. Aside from secondary, vision is a stat you don't pump very high. Luckily, secondary players usually don't get hit as hard with the morale issues because of how they're utilized in most defensive systems. I know quarterbacks usually take vision high, but they're different because you also want high confidence with a quarterback. Pro tip there from Chisel. Appreciate it. Right now, time for our Bort quote of the week with Tim Thorne, and actually he's got a catch-22 quote instead of a Bort quote. Looking for the cheapest way to stay involved with a team? Look at coaching. This quote from Catch says, how much does a coach cost? There's a one-time conversion fee to convert a player to a coach if the player has reached a minimum of 55 level or has reached 440 days in age and is retired. This is 300 flex. Creating a coach from scratch will cost 600. Coaches can boost like regular players. The cost is 50 flex per boost, and they can boost twice. Tim Thorne says, basically, retire your declining player and get that 70% back. Convert to coach, a one-time charge of 300. Boost, 50 flex points per boost, 2 times boost per season. For 20 seasons means it's only going to cost you 2,000 flex worth of boosting. Total cost, 2,300 flex points over 20 seasons. Not bad there. What is the impact? The Catch-22 quote says, the bonus is small. You can have 100 in formation attribute, and it won't drastically alter the outcome of plays in that formation. Will it help? Yes. Will it be overpowered? Absolutely not. Tim Thorne says coaches will be just an addition to the old debate of builds versus AI. Builds will always carry the team to the playoffs. AI pushes your team over the top. Coaches will assist both of the aspects of the game. Just look at the coordinator's abilities, formation bonuses, training bonuses, and opposition penalties. Coaches, if you want to think about it this way, are like VAs for the entire team. Thanks for that from Tim Thorne. That's going to do it for segment 1 of Dot Talk this week. We'll be right back with segment 2.
He came to goal line, blitz and played for the Mares. He tries to post a lot, but no one really cares when he touched the ball. The offense had crumbled, cause everyone knew it was surely a fumble. Feudal posts a lot, but he doesn't say much.